A deadly car bombing in Beirut. Mohammed Shattah, a former Lebanese finance minister and ambassador to the United States, was killed in the explosion, which targeted his convoy. That's according to Lebanon's national news agency. Mohammed Shattah's bodyguard and 3 others also died in the blast. Mitchell Portero is in Beirut. He's a reporter for McClatchy News. He joins us now live. And Mitch, this was a huge car bombing. Could you walk us through what happened and the aftermath?
Shortly before about 10 o'clock this morning, a large explosion rattled all of downtown Beirut. People heard it at least a couple of miles away. At the scene, it looked as though somebody had set up a car bomb or roadside device to hit a convoy that was going by. You could see burning vehicles. Some of them clearly had armored protection. And we just got word about an hour ago that it was, in fact, former finance minister and ambassador to the United Nations, Mohammed Shattah.
Tell us more about Mohammed Shattah and why would he and his convoy be the target of this car bombing?
Well, we're getting word that there was a meeting of the major party here. It's known as March 14th, which has a tendency to be Western sympathetic and support the Syrian rebellion. There was a large meeting as people were leaving. It looks like his convoy might have been randomly targeted, or specifically, it's hard to tell right now. But he's known as a stern anti-Hezbollah figure here in Lebanon and was very close to slain Prime Minister Rafik Hariri, who died in a very similar car bombing in 2005, just yards away from the scene.
And sort of the wider motivation behind today's deadly car bombing, was it a symptom of Sunni Shiite tension in Lebanon that's been rising over the civil war neighboring Syria?
Well, that's going to be the first thing people look at here. He was a prominent Sunni politician from northern city of Tripoli, where there has been a constant stream of fighting all winter and fall that we all believe is very related to the situation in Syria. So with his strong anti-Hezbollah stance, anti-Syrian regime stance, obviously people are going to be looking at the Syrian civil war as some motivation for what happened today.
Yeah, you touched on it just then. This isn't the first time that Syria has cast a shadow over Lebanon. Tell us more about how Lebanon has been affected and has been put at risk by what's been going on in Syria.
Well, we've been seeing a steady uptick of incidents targeting both sides. This country is very divided in terms of the Syrian civil war. Large portions of the Sunni population support the rebels, whereas a lot of the Shia and other groups support the regime of Bashar Assad. What we've seen is suicide bombings that have targeted Hezbollah. We've seen incidents attacking the army, constant fighting in Tripoli and some parts of the Bekaa Valley. But this is the first major incident that we've had in downtown Beirut. This is a 5-star hotel area. It's across from a very popular nightclub, and this has really rattled Beirutis this morning.
All right, Mitch Portero of McClatchy, thank you so much for joining us and telling us the very latest of this news report coming out of Beirut this day.